how's it going? It's ArbitersHonor. So this is a video talking about Alpha after his recent software update. It's also part of the Christmas event on December 10th. If you don't know what the Christmas event is on my channel, it's 15 days of robot videos. So yeah, this will be an interesting event. So one of the things that caught my eye with this update on the robot software is the logic programming. So you can now program Alpha is the gist of it. I already did it on my iPhone a while ago when it first came out, and I'm trying to do it on my iPod because that's what I use Alpha on when I'm using him for videos. Yep. Okay, so this is Yep, I know how all this works. Perception. Okay, anyways, so what I found out that you can do is you can actually program him now to walk around. So if you wanted to make him an autonomous robot, now key gesture is autonomous because he's not really going to be autonomous. You can program him to walk and turn around, and that's about it. There's actions that you can actually program here. So, okay. So walk forward, slope. So you can have him okay. I guess the app isn't very responsive. Oh, okay. Alright, so fast. So let's just say for 10 seconds. So you can program him to walk around now, which a lot of people were a little upset about with Alpha that have been used to autonomous robots, that he wasn't like, you couldn't just easily program him to walk around. You had to do step-by-step motion detection programming with his legs and his servos, and it was cool, but at the same time it was very annoying. But this is pretty cool. So you can have like, okay, so here's all these different like functions that you can download and stuff like that under the action square. So you can put different stuff in here. So like if you wanted to have the presentation in there while he's roaming around, it makes it very, very easily to do that. So you can move rightward, let's just say. So he'll walk forward for 10 seconds and then he'll move rightward. Now this is one thing I ran into when I was programming him last time. Let me just have the presentation, I don't care. Control. Oh yeah, so control is like, oh my god, I need to look at my phone. Control is like logic programming, like repeat if, or only repeat if and only if, or stuff like that. So just put another thing in there for he'll do the presentation, and then but I've noticed that like trying to get him to move to the right, he doesn't actually like turn around. He just kind of does that, left the turning that you saw.
Hi, I'm Alpha. I was born in Union Brother Technology Company Limited. I am a robot. I can sing. I can dancing. can do kung fu.
But you kind of get the gist of it. Now you can program him without having to do all that complicated position programming with his sensors and his servos.
I still have a lot more functions. Hope you will let me.
But see, like, it isn't really turning. Well, I guess, okay, it kind of is. But there's no, like, turn around function, unless I'm just dumb and I'm not getting it, which is very possible. Maybe I'm just, oh my god, maybe I'm just not doing it right. I don't know. But you get the gist of it, of the programming. So they have the new logic programming, the actions. So like, so now you can like reset the robot and turn off the power to direct parts, add basic actions, add sounds. Okay. So you can have like pre-programmed things. So if you wanted to make a cool dance or something like that, you could have it. And there's more advanced ones. He has walking. But these are, like I said, these are dance. These are like dance moves. So if you want to make some cool, you know, dance routines, I guess you could do that with it. Shaking hands. It's pretty cool though. Pelvic thrust. That's it. So, so you still can't. You still can't add your own music. They still only have, you know, stuff that has been imported themselves. After adjusting, okay. So I believe, yeah, see, now I can move it. So once you click on something, the power from it has been taken off. But as you can see, the legs are still stable. So if you want to do stuff where he's standing up, you can do it easier now. They've made it a lot better, is what I guess I'm trying to say with this update. With the, at least in a programming standard, they've made him way easier to use with programming. One of my main complaints with this guy, and why I never really used him for programming stuff, is because you couldn't program him to roam, which now you can. Programming him to do actions meant that all of his servos would all power down, and if you would try to make him be standing up and doing an action, it was hard to do it because he would collapse on his legs, and then he would be down in a crouched position if you wanted him to be standing. And you could try to freehand it by making him stand like this, but if it wasn't exact, he'd be tilted or something like that, and then it wouldn't look good. Or if you were trying to make him balance on one foot or something like that, it was very hard to, you basically had to guesstimate it. You just had to guess how balanced he had to be to make him do it, and it wasn't very good. And I might just be a baby and complaining about it, but they made it a lot better. The other thing that I do, this is still something I do not like about it, and it's probably because this robot isn't meant for Americans, is because everything is in another language. Most of it is. The stories aren't, but everything else, any program that people have made, is in a different language, and you can't read it unless you know how to read it. And there's official alpha stuff like that UB Tech has created, like original classics and stuff like that. But I mean, even here, I mean, there's still stuff that's it's just weird, and I don't really. And some people have translated it, but it just, you're kind of on your own when you want to do this. If you're gonna get serious about using Alpha and programming him, you're kind of on your own, because a lot of this stuff isn't translated to English if that's what you normally will read and speak. If that's your normal language, because otherwise you can't read anything. There's no translation feature or anything in the app. You're all on your own. That's weird. He was moving it. Anyways, that's the first video of the Christmas event. I'm gonna be making more. Like I said, every day there's gonna be a new video coming out. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.
Every few thousand years come true man's greatest fears. All the living things Mother Nature brings to tears.